My name is Ariv. I'm not someone you remember in a crowd. Quiet, average. The kind of guy who keeps his head down and does what's expected. My world's small, family books, and... Mira, why do you look at me like that? She asked once, her head tilted, the wind tugging at her hair. Like what? Like I'm your whole world. I smiled, pressing her hand gently. Because you are... For 2 years, she was everything. Her laughter, her stubbornness, the way she argued about movies and made up with a kiss. She made me feel alive. Like I mattered. Like I was more than just a son. A student, a nobody from a small town. Promise me something, Ariv, she whispered on my birthday night, curled up beside me under a sky full of stars. Anything. No matter what happens, don't stop believing in love. I laughed. Why would I? I've got you. But things started to change. Are you okay? I asked her one evening as we walked home. She nodded, not looking at me. Just tired. You've been tired a lot lately. School. Life. You wouldn't get it. Try me? She stopped walking, arms folded. Why do you always need to fix everything? I blinked. Because I care. Because I can see you're not okay. She didn't reply. Just walked faster, away from me. That night, I sat on the floor beside my mom's bed, massaging her legs gently. She winced but smiled through it. You okay, Ma? Always, Beta. Just keep doing well in college. That's enough for me. She didn't say anything about Mira. She never did. But I saw the questions in her eyes. The next week, Mira didn't pick up my calls. I messaged. Me, miss you? Everything all right? No reply. I tried again the next day. Nothing. And then, 3 days later, me, I'm coming over. She texted back, finally, Mira, don't, please. I stared at the screen, my chest tightening. Me, why? What's going on, Mira? Mira, I just need time. Time? From what? When we finally met. 5 days later, she looked different. Distant. Like someone had switched off the light in her eyes. You cut your hair, I said, trying to smile. She touched it absently. Yeah, felt like a change. I've been worried. I said I needed time. Time to do what? Pretend I don't exist. Her eyes flickered. Don't do this. I'm not doing anything, Mira. I'm standing here, begging you to just talk to me. She looked away. I don't know if this is working anymore. My heart stopped. What? This. Us. You're joking. I'm not. No. No, Mira. You can't just. After everything. We're good together. She stepped back. I don't feel it anymore. That's not true, I said, voice shaking. You're scared. You're stressed. Whatever it is, we can fight it together. I don't want to fight anything anymore, Ariv. Mira, I'm sorry. She turned and walked away. I didn't move. I couldn't. That night, I sat on the terrace, knees to my chest, watching the stars she used to point out. My phone lay beside me, silent. I kept waiting for it to light up with her name. It never did. Ma found me there at 2 a.m. Beta, she said softly, wrapping a shawl around my shoulders. You'll catch a cold. She left. I said quietly, I know. I buried my face in her lap, broken. What did I do wrong? Nothing. Sometimes love leaves without warning. I cried like a child. Weeks passed. I stopped checking my phone. I buried myself in books, classes, errands for Ma, but every corner of the town reminded me of her. Her laughter in the cafe, her voice at the bus stop, her perfume on my hoodie. I told myself I was imagining it, that she'd come back, that this was just a phase. But then one night, she vanished completely. Her phone number, gone. Her apartment, vacant. No note, no message, no goodbye, just silence. And in that silence, something inside me cracked. I stared at her last text for hours. Don't, please. Those 2 words haunted me, because she didn't just leave me. She disappeared like I never mattered, like we never happened. But I know we did, and that's why I can't forget her, no matter how much I try. She's not picking up. I muttered, phone still pressing my ear. Again, straight to voicemail. Rohit leaned against the car, arms crossed. You've called her, what, 20 times a day? 37. I shoved the phone into my pocket. Something's wrong. Mira wouldn't just vanish. Maybe she's pissed off. You two fought, didn't you? No, nothing serious. We had dinner. She laughed. She kissed me goodnight. Rohit sighed. Then where the hell is she? I don't know, I said, my voice cracking. I went to her place this morning. The door was locked. Her roommate opened it. What did she say? She looked me dead in the eye and said, she's gone. That's it. What? Yeah, no explanation. No emotion. Just she's gone. Like Mira was a guest who overstayed her welcome. Rohit stood upright. Let's go back there. I already did. Twice. She won't talk. Then I'll make her. I shook my head. I don't want to scare anyone. I just want answers. Maybe she needed space. No, she wouldn't leave without saying something. Not to me. I stared at the sidewalk, gripping the edge of the car. Her number's been off for 3 days. Rohit narrowed his eyes. Something's off. And that roommate, what's her name? Sana. She's hiding something. I know. Let's push her. Nicely. Just enough. We drove back to the apartment. I knocked. No answer. I knocked again. Harder. The door opened halfway. Sana. Her eyes scanned me, then landed on Rohit. You brought backup now. Please, I said. Just tell me where she is. I'm not leaving until you do. She didn't tell me to say anything. So she did say something. Rohit said sharply. Sana's jaw tightened. She left. That's all. Why? I asked, did I do something? Did someone hurt her? She didn't say, she replied coldly. Just packed a bag and left. Where? With who? Was she crying? Did she look scared? She looked done, Sana said, like she'd made up her mind. My throat burned. Please, if you know anything. She said not to tell you. That's all I've got. Rohit stepped forward. You're lying. She told me not to get involved. I'm keeping my promise. The door slammed shut. Rohit stared at it. We're not done. I think she meant it. I said quietly. She really doesn't want to find her. But why? I don't know. And that's what's killing me. The next few days blurred into one long ache. I searched every corner of the city. Cafes, bookstores, the bridge where we first kissed. I checked hospitals, called every mutual friend. No one knew anything, or they pretended not to. Every night, I sat by my phone, hoping, dreading, wondering. Maybe I missed something. Maybe I pushed too hard, or not enough. What if she was hurt? What if she was hiding? What if she didn't love me anymore? Weeks passed. Then one evening, my phone lit up. Unknown number. One message. Forget me. Don't look for me. This is goodbye. That was it. No name. But I knew. It was her. My hands trembled as I stared at the screen. Rohit looked over my shoulder. Is that? Yeah. Call the number. I tried. It was already disconnected. She used a burner, he said grimly. Why would she do this? I whispered. She's protecting herself. Or you. Or both. I shook my head. No, this isn't her. Mira wouldn't leave like this. Not without a reason. But she did. I sank to the floor, phone still in my hand. She was gone. No goodbye kiss. No last touch. Just a message. Rohit sat beside me. I'll help you find her. But only if you're sure you want to. I didn't answer. I couldn't. Because for the first time, I wasn't sure of anything. Not even myself. I stepped out of the cab and took a deep breath. New city, new job, same empty feeling in my chest. Welcome to hell, I muttered, dragging my suitcase through the revolving doors of the corporate tower. The receptionist smiled too brightly. You must be Mr. Arif Kapoor. I nodded, voice low. Yeah, first day. She handed me a visitor's badge. Elevator to the 18th floor. HR's expecting you. The elevator doors close, and my reflection stare back at me. Tired eyes, fake confidence. I adjusted my tie. You can do this. One step at a time. The doors opened. A long corridor. Polished marble. People in suits rushing by. I kept my head down, walking fast. Then I heard laughter. A voice I hadn't heard in over a year, but one I couldn't forget. I told you not to wear that tie, Rion. It's hideous. No, it can't be. I turned. There she was, Mira, clutching the arm of him. Rion Malhotra. His voice cut through me. You're lucky I love you or I'd fire you from girlfriend duties. Mira laughed again, her hand resting on his chest. And there it was, the ring. Big, flashy, mocking. I froze. They walked past me. Rion didn't even glance my way. Just brushed my shoulder like I was a coat rack. But I felt it. That burn. That fire. Excuse me, someone said behind me. A young guy in glasses. Sharp suit. You're blocking the hallway. I stepped aside without a word. Who are you here to see? He asked, eyes narrowing. HR, I replied, jaw tight. He scanned my badge. Arif Kapoor. New hire. Yeah. He didn't smile. I'm Rion Malhotra's executive assistant. Don't be late. He hates that. He walked off before I could reply. I stood there, heart pounding. He doesn't recognize me. But how could he? Back then, I was just a kid in my father's shadow. A shadow he destroyed. I watched Rion disappear into his glass office. Mira sat down just outside, laughing with the receptionist. My phone buzzed. HR, conference room 3. Now, I walked past her. No eye contact. No breath. Just pain. But then, Arif, her voice. I turned. She stood. Wide eyes. Lips parted. It's you. Rion stepped out. Everything okay, babe? She didn't speak. Just stared at me like I was a ghost. I forced a smile. Hey, Mira. Long time. Her voice cracked. What are you doing here? Work, I said. Like you. Rion raised an eyebrow. You two know each other? Mira opened her mouth, then closed it. I answered for her. We used to. College days. Small world, huh? Rion chuckled. Well, any friend of Mira's. I wouldn't call us friends, I said flatly. He smirked. Fair enough. Still, good to have fresh talent. Hope you don't plan on disappointing me. I met his eyes. That smirk. That voice. The same one from the day my father collapsed. I never forget a face, I said. Rion tilted his head. Is that so? Mira looked between us. Arif, I didn't know. You don't need to explain anything, I interrupted. You moved on. So did I. But that was a lie. I walked past them, heart like a drum, rage building, breath shaking. In that moment, I made a vow. He took everything from me. And now I was inside his walls. Let the game begin. I found her near the college parking lot, exactly where she used to wait for me every day. Mira, I called out. She turned. Her eyes met mine. Cold, unrecognizable. What are you doing here, Arif? I need answers. There's nothing left to say. No. I took a step forward. Then tell me why the hell you never told me Rion was your brother. She blinked. Once. No flinch. No guilt. Because it didn't matter. Didn't? I almost laughed. He's the guy who ruined my life. You knew that. You know what he did. I do, she said flatly. And I'm still his sister. You knew this would destroy me. I didn't ask you to love me. You didn't have to, I whispered. You made me believe we were forever. She looked away. We weren't. Then why pretend? Because I was stupid, she snapped. I wanted something normal, away from him. I wanted to forget who I was. You were convenient. My breath caught. Convenient. That's all I was to you. She shrugged. You were a mistake. The words hit like a punch to the gut. My lips parted, but nothing came out. I never should have gotten involved, she said. We were never meant to be anything. Then what was it all for? I asked. My voice cracked. The nights we stayed up talking? The way you held my hand like it meant something? Every time you looked at me like I was your whole world. Was that just part of the game? No, her voice softened. Just for a second. It was real for a while. But reality always wins. I felt like I was drowning. You could have told me, Mira. You could have told me the truth. And you would have walked away, she said, just like you're doing now. I looked at her. The same face I'd once kissed with my eyes closed and heart wide open. You think I want to walk away? She folded her arms. Then don't. Don't. I laughed bitterly. Stay and pretend your brother didn't destroy everything I had? That the girl I loved wasn't his blood? I didn't choose to be his sister. And I didn't choose to be your mistake. Silence stretched between us. People walked by. Cars honked in the distance. But all I could hear was the echo of her words. A mistake. You know what's funny? I said quietly. I still remember the first time you said you loved me. Under the rain. You were shivering. Your lips were blue. But you looked at me like I was your home. She closed her eyes. Don't. I remember every damn second. I went on. The way you kissed me like you'd never let go. The way you cried when I told you about my past. Was that fake too? No, she whispered. Then why does it feel like all of it was a lie? She didn't answer. Was I just a toy to pass your time? My throat burned. Something to distract you from your reality? Still, nothing. I loved you, I said. God, I loved you so much it hurt. I know, she said softly. That's why I had to let you go. You didn't let me go, I said. You shattered me. I turned away, my feet heavy, heart heavier. But before I could take another step, her voice stopped me. Ariv, I didn't turn around. I'm sorry. I walked away anyway. With every step, I felt pieces of myself splinter off. My heart, my pride, my trust. The parking lot faded behind me. But her voice stayed. You were a mistake. I closed my eyes. Flashes of her laughter, the way her fingers curled around mine, the silly texts, the kisses that once made time stop. Every memory now poisoned. My stomach twisted. Was it all just part of some sick game? I didn't know. But the pain, it was real. And it followed me all the way home. I heard Rion Industries is acquiring our firm, Sneha whispered, leaning closer to my desk. I didn't look up. Yeah, I saw the internal memo. So that's true? God, everyone's freaking out. Half the floor thinks we'll be fired. Not if you're useful, I muttered, eyes still on my screen. Rion only removes the weak links. She frowned. You say that like you admire him. I don't. I just understand him now. She paused, watching me too closely. You've been different since last week. Working late, talking to clients that aren't even yours. I'm not here to survive, Sneha. I'm here to win. She looked like she wanted to say more, but my phone buzzed. Unknown number. I answered. Mr. Aravarma? A deep voice said, This is Mr. Taneja. I've heard you're not fond of your new boss. My pulse quickened. I suppose that depends on who's asking. I'm asking because I have no love for Rion either. Meet me tomorrow, 9 a.m., my office. He hung up before I could respond. The next morning, his office smelled of leather and quiet power. Taneja sat behind a glass desk, his eyes cold and calculating. I like people who hold grudges, he said, pouring me tea he wouldn't drink. They work harder. I'm not here for revenge, I said. Of course not, he smirked. You're here for justice. I said nothing. That seemed to amuse him. Tell me what you know about Rion's expansion plans. Why should I trust you? I asked. Because I don't need your trust, he said. I need your pain, and I know how to turn it into power. Back at the office, I buried myself in reports, numbers, patterns, weaknesses in Rion's chain. I stayed past midnight 3 nights in a row. You haven't eaten, Sneha said gently, placing a sandwich beside me. I'm not hungry. You're not okay either, she said. Is this about Mira? My jaw tightened. Don't say her name. Sneha nodded slowly. She came by today. Asked if you were free. What did you tell her? That you were in the mood to talk. She looked broken. She looked like that when she walked out of my life, too. Sneha sighed. I don't know what she did, but maybe destroying yourself to hurt her back isn't the answer. I'm not destroying myself, I said, voice sharp. I'm becoming a man she thought I couldn't be. A week passed. I leaked small bits of strategy to Taneja, just enough to cause friction, just enough to see the cracks forming in Rion's armor. Then Mira cornered me in the hallway. Ariv, please. Just 2 minutes. I stared at her blankly. Why? I don't know how to fix things, but I never wanted this. I laughed bitterly. You mean the world you helped burn? No, you're not enjoying the heat. I made a mistake. You made a choice, I snapped. Own it. She flinched. Her eyes dropped. I'm sorry. Sorry doesn't change anything. I still care about you, she said quietly. That's the worst part, I whispered, because I wish I didn't. Sneha found me on the rooftop later that evening. Your hands are shaking, she said, handing me a cup of chai. I saw her. Today. I figured. You look like a thunderstorm. I wanted her to hurt, I said, eyes fixed on the horizon. I thought if she looked at me and broke a little, it would feel good. And did it? No. Silence stretched between us. You can't heal by breaking others, Ariv, she said softly. I'm not healing. I'm preparing for war. She sighed. Then let me be your armor. I looked at her. Really looked. Why? Because someone needs to remind you that you're more than what you did. That night, I texted Taneja. They're planning to cut off your Noida supply line. You'll have a 48-hour window. He replied instantly. Perfect. You'll be rewarded. I stared at the screen for a long time, then deleted the message. No going back. Listen to this, Sneha said, her voice barely above a whisper as she handed me her phone. What is it? I asked, narrowing my eyes. Just listen. I tapped play. Static first. Then Mira's voice. Shaky. Raw. I didn't want to, but I had no choice, she said. A pause. A soft sob. You don't understand. Rion said if I didn't walk away, Ariv would die. My throat tightened. I couldn't let anything happen to him, she continued. So I did what he asked. I broke him. I broke myself. I left on our wedding day because I love him. The audio cut. Silence sat heavy between us. Where did you get this? I asked, my voice barely there. I followed her, Sneha said, eyes darting. She was behind the library, talking on the phone. I recorded it. I thought you needed to know. I sank onto the bench. My knees buckled. My heart raced. She was crying, Ariv. Sneha whispered. She didn't sound like someone who wanted to hurt you. I pressed my palms into my face. Why the hell didn't she tell me? Because she was scared. Rion's dangerous. You know that better than anyone. My fist clenched. I spent months hating her. I cursed her name every night. And all this time she was protecting me? Sneha sat beside me. She still is. My mind reeled back. Mira's trembling hand the morning of the wedding. The way she would meet my eyes. The tears she tried to hide. Was I wrong to hate her? She said she broke herself. I muttered, God, I thought she was selfish. But she gave up everything. She didn't just lose you, Sneha added. She lost her dignity, her peace, her smile. What the hell does Rion have on her? I asked, what is he holding over her head? I don't know, Sneha said, but it's big enough to destroy her. And you. I stared at the ground, struggling to breathe. She loved me, I said, and I didn't see it. I let my pain blind me. You couldn't have known, Sneha said. She made sure of that. But I should have fought harder. I should have questioned it. Her silence, it wasn't betrayal. It was a scream for help. Sneha's hand touched my arm. So what now? I find her, I said. I look into her eyes and ask her to tell me everything. No more lies. No more pain, just the truth. You think she'll talk? I think she's been waiting to, I replied, and I think I'm finally ready to listen. Sneha nodded slowly. Then go. Don't waste another second. I stood, heart pounding, chest tight. As I turned, Sneha said, "Be gentle with her, Ariv. She's been bleeding in silence." So had I, but now I knew she wasn't the enemy. She was a prisoner, and I was still the fool who loved her. "You're sure this will work?" I asked, staring at Mr. Taneja across the cluttered desk. He nodded, sliding the file toward me. "We have enough. The bank records, the emails, and Mira's audio. She gave you more than she realized." I clenched my jaw. She didn't hesitate. She confessed everything like it was casual gossip. "She's arrogant. She thought you'd never use it." He leaned back. "You're ready?" I've waited too long not to be. 2 days later, I stood in the conference room of a high-rise hotel suite, fingers drumming on the polished table. I glanced at the hidden camera, blinking red, beneath the glass flower vase. Rian strolled in, too confident, like nothing could touch him. "You said you had an offer. Let's hear it." I smiled. "I'm launching a new media venture. Clean image, big investors, international tie-ups." He raised a brow. "And you want me involved?" I leaned forward. "No, I want you to help me make it dirty." That got his attention. "What do you mean?" "I need someone who knows the back doors. You've handled bribes, rigged tenders, fixed contracts. I want in." Rian laughed. "You? Playing dirty now." I nodded slowly. "I've changed. After what you did, I realized sometimes you need to be the villain to beat one." He smirked. "So what's in it for me?" 40%. Silent partnership. You do the groundwork. I handle the public face." He folded his arms. "Why should I trust you?" "Because I'm giving you a second chance to make millions. And because you love being the puppet master." He stared at me, eyes calculating. "Drop the papers. If it's legit, I'm in." I reached into my bag, pulled out the folder Mr. Taneja had prepared. Already done. He skimmed it, then signed. 2 hours later, I was sitting in Mr. Taneja's office, shaking. He signed. "Then it's done," he said, opening his laptop. He bragged about his past tricks, how he silenced suppliers and bought out journalists. "It's all on camera." "Perfect. Let me leak this anonymously. By morning, the media will be on fire." Morning arrived like a thunderstorm. My phone lit up, notifications, calls, breaking headlines. Rian exposed. Secret deals, bribery, and more. Audio confession from business tycoon reveals blackmail. Mira linked to financial scams, sources say. I turned on the TV. A news anchor spoke urgently. "These documents show a clear pattern of fraud. Allegedly, Rian manipulated dozens of contracts." My phone rang. "Rian." I answered. "What the hell did you do?" "Just returning the favor." "You set me up?" "I gave you a mirror. You chose to expose yourself." "You recorded me?" His voice cracked. "You never asked me not to. You've ruined me." "Like you ruined me? Like you used Mira to destroy my career, my relationship, everything?" He was silent. I whispered, "This is what justice looks like." The call ended. An hour later, I got a message from Mr. Taneja. He's trying to file a counter case. His lawyer's here. I arrived at the office just as the elevator dinged. The man stepping out looked like Frost in a suit. "You're the one who trapped my client," he said. "You mean the criminal who willingly signed a contract and confessed on video?" He didn't blink. "We'll bury this." I laughed, short and sharp. "You're too late. The media's already running with it. I've shared the files with 3 independent agencies. Try and bury that." His mouth tightened. "You'll regret this." I stepped closer. "No, he will." By afternoon, Rian's company stocks had plummeted. By evening, 2 board members resigned. By night, I sat on the balcony of my apartment, alone with the wind. I had won, but I felt nothing. No joy, no satisfaction, just silence. The war was over. my enemy humiliated, my truth vindicated. So, why did it feel like I'd lost something deeper? I closed my eyes. Maybe I wasn't trying to win. Maybe I just wanted peace. But revenge doesn't bring peace. It only ends in noise for a while. And in that quiet, I realized I missed who I used to be before love twisted me, before betrayal hardened me, before I became someone who could smile while burning another man's life to ground. Wait, please. That voice. I froze. I hadn't heard it like that in months. Cracked, trembling, human. I turned. Mira stood under the dying light of the evening, rain clinging to her skin like guilt. Her eyes were swollen, red. She didn't look like the girl who walked away with Rion that day. She looked like someone who hadn't slept since. I shouldn't be here, she whispered. Then don't be. I had to see you. Her voice broke. Rion's gone. I didn't say anything. My hands clenched at my sides. He ruined everything, she said. But I let him. I know. She blinked. You do. I know you chose him. That's enough. No, I didn't. She stepped closer. I never chose him. I chose you. I always chose you. Then why did you leave me? My voice cracked. On our wedding day, Mira, our wedding day. Tears spilled down her cheeks. Because he threatened to destroy you. Your family. He said if I didn't walk away, he'd ruin your father's name. Put your brother in prison. I believe him. I swallowed the scream rising in my chest. And instead of telling me, you vanished. I couldn't risk it. He had proof. I thought if I stayed away, you'd be safe. I thought, her voice faded. I thought you'd hate me. And maybe that would be better than watching you get destroyed. You broke me, I whispered. I broke myself, too. For a moment, we stood in silence. The storm around us a dull echo to the one inside me. I loved you, I said. She nodded. I still love you. My heart clenched. I never stopped, she continued. Every second away from you, I was dying. Slowly. Don't say that. I snapped. You don't get to say that now. I gave up everything for you. No, you gave me nothing but silence. I stepped back. Do you know what it felt like? To stand at that altar and watch your world fall apart. I do, she whispered, because I was watching too, from far away, and I was breaking every second. Then why now? My voice was raw. Why come back now? Because Rion's gone, and I'm tired of hiding. I want to live again, even if it's without you. I looked at her, really looked at her, and for a second, I saw the girl I once knew, the one who held my hand during storms, the one who danced with me under streetlights. But I also saw the cracks. I want to trust you, I said. Then do. But I can't. My voice shook. Because love doesn't die, it just gets buried under too many lies. She flinched. That's fair. I want to hold you. I want to kiss you and pretend nothing happened. You can. No, I said. I can't. A sob escaped her lips. Then what do I do? I looked away. My chest felt like it was caving in. You live. You move on. You survive. Like I had to. But I don't want to survive without you. Then you shouldn't have left. She covered her face with her hands. Her shoulders trembled. I'm sorry, she said between sobs. I'm so sorry. I believe you. That made her cry harder. I never hated you, I said. Then why are you walking away? I turned my back to her. Because I love you too much to hate you. And too much to trust you again. Her silence was louder than her cries. As I walked away, the rain fell harder, or maybe it just felt that way. Each step burned. But I didn't stop. I stared at the blank paper for a long time. My hand trembled slightly as I picked up the pen. All right, here goes nothing. Dear Mira, you won't ever read this. And maybe that's the best. I'm not writing this for you. I'm writing it for me. You changed me. I whispered aloud, my voice barely audible in the quiet room. You turned the softest parts of me into steel. I paused, pen hovering over the page. My mind raced with memories. Your laugh, your betrayal, that day at the altar. I'm not angry anymore, I said, almost convincing myself. I was furious. But now, I'm just tired. You taught me how to hurt. But more importantly, you taught me how to survive. I could almost hear your voice in my head. You'll thank me one day. Well, Mira, I muttered, if this is gratitude, it's the bitter kind. I kept writing. You made me stronger, not in the way I wanted, but in the way I needed. I don't smile like I used to. I don't trust like I used to. But I still feel. I still hope. I'm colder, but not heartless. I stopped again, looked at the ink on my fingers. Smudged, messy, just like everything between us. Did you ever really love me? I asked the silence. Of course, there was no answer. I forgive you, I whispered. Not for you. For me. I forgive you. Not because you deserve it, but because I deserve peace. The words felt heavy, but honest. I don't hate you anymore. I don't want you back. But I'll never forget you. You were the chapter one didn't see coming. And maybe the one I needed to end in order to begin again. I signed it. Just my name. No flourish. No drama. Just me. I folded the letter carefully, like it was something sacred. This isn't for the mail, I said to no one. It's for the box. The old wooden box sat under my bed. I hadn't opened it in months. As I placed the letter inside, I felt something shift in me. Not relief, not sadness, just stillness. This, I said quietly, is closure. I closed the lid gently. You were my everything, I whispered. But now you're just a lesson. One I survived. And for the first time in a long time, I didn't feel the weight of your name. Just the quiet strength of letting go. The rain had just started when I reached the lake. The drops kissed the surface, making tiny ripples. I sat on the cold wooden bench, pulling my jacket tighter. She would have loved this. I muttered. Still talking to ghosts? A voice behind me teased. I didn't turn. Better than forgetting them. The footsteps got closer, then stopped beside me. You always come here when it rains? I nodded. Only when I want to remember. You built a good life, he said, sitting beside me. You've changed, grown. I smirked. Pain does that to you. Silence stretched between us. Then I whispered, you think she ever thinks of me? She'd be stupid not to. She was never stupid, just lost. And you weren't. I chuckled bitterly. I was drowning. He looked at the lake. And now, I've learned to swim. But sometimes, when the rain falls like this, it feels like she's right here, like she never left. He didn't say anything. I closed my eyes. In my dreams, we're still together. She's laughing. I'm holding her hand. We're okay. But dreams aren't real. I open my eyes. No, they're not. She hurt you. I hurt her too. Maybe not in the same way. But I wasn't innocent. You forgave her? I forgave myself. That was harder. More silence. Only the rain dared to speak now. I remember the last thing she said. I continued. She said, maybe in another life. I hated that. Why? Because I wanted this life. With her. But some stories don't end the way we want. He stood. Come on. Let's head back. I'm not ready yet. He hesitated. You're still in love with her, aren't you? I looked at the lake again. Her face flickered in the reflection, fading with every ripple. I loved her, and maybe I still do. But sometimes love is enough. Sometimes survival is the real victory.